How's it going, Yoda 4s? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm really excited. I'm here with Harry and I'm going to be showing you guys his 1981 pre-runner pickup. This thing is insane and I cannot wait to show you. It's going to be awesome.
My name's Harry and this is my 1981 Toyota pickup, or what's left of it.
All right, Harry, how long did it take you, man, to build this thing?
Which time? So I've had the truck for 10 years now. I originally bought it as a solid axle truck to do rock crawling stuff. There was a bunch of trails up in the hills up there behind us, and so that was the idea, was just to have an old Toyota to rock crawl in. As time went on, it kind of evolved into me wanting to go faster and has turned into what it is now. So,
dude, that's insane. Do you mind? Let's start from the front and make our way all the way to the back. I'm dying to know everything about it. One thing that I noticed was the fenders are really clean. Like, I have one myself, a 1981 pickup, and my fenders is one thing that I always wonder, like, man, if these things go out, like, what do I do?
Yeah.
Right? What did you do there?
So everything, all the fiberglass, the front fenders, the hood, and the bed sides, it's all custom one-off stuff. And so it's the only one in the world. There's nothing like it, and was made, you know, essentially just for this truck. So the thing that's kind of unique about this is this whole front end, this front section, is 4 inches longer than any other Toyota. So it's literally is stretched, and that's to clear the 37s and to fit the motor that's in there and the transmission. And you know, it's got a Ford twin traction beam front end, and so to get that in there as well. So it's just kind of what had to be done, and the idea was to keep it looking, you know, like a 1981 Toyota, you know, from the, you know, visual perspective, but you know, obviously there's not much left of that. So.
Well, dude, you did an insane job at, like, literally when you look at it, like, first glance, you're like, whoa, that's just a pickup, and when you get close, you're like, oh snap, that thing can go.
Exactly.
So what tires are those? KR3s or KM3s?
Those are the Baja TA KR2, so it's just a race tire. It's the only tire that will hold up on this truck. I mean, anything else, you know, non-race tire just destroys them. So
you telling me that makes me think there's a gnarly engine underneath that hood.
It's got a little power, so.
So let's open up that hood. Let's see what it's got.
All right.
Man, those are coyotes out there.
Yeah, that's every day.
Let's see this thing. Oh, that's glass too?
Everything, yeah. It's all fiberglass.
Oh my God, what? What did you put in there? Is that an LS3?
No, so this started life. This is the new GM. It starts life as a 4.3. It's a direct injected all aluminum motor, and then it's been punched out to a 4.5. It's been decked, it's ported, it's got a cam in it, you know, all LS7 valve train, and it's healthy. So it puts out, you know, at the crank is probably somewhere around 430, and then the dyno to the rear wheels did through a 4L80, an Atlas transfer case, 37s, and a 9-inch, it put down a little over 300 to the ground. So
on a truck that weighs absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it's a little truck. So
just a little Toyota pickup. Look at that, guys. And how hard was it to fit that in there? Like, did you have enough room?
That was a big motivation behind stretching the front 4 inches, was to be able to get the room. The hard part with the twin traction I-beams is to get all the up travel. And so in order to, like, get the motor in the right spot and still get all the wheel travel out of it was definitely a challenge. And then it's got, you know, 4L80 transmission in it, which is a big full-size transmission, and the Atlas, and I still don't know how everything fits in here.
Dude, it's a tight fit. Like, I'm seeing this, and it's fully caged. That's one thing that I'm realizing too. Like, this is caged all the way from the front to the back.
It's essentially, at this point, it's kind of become a tube chassis. So the last go round, when I rebuilt it, I cut the whole truck in half, and the whole front, it's all fabricated. So it's got, you know, the frame rails are fabricated, everything, you know, all the beam hangers and swingers for the steering. I mean, it's all just one-off, you know, made just for this truck. So,
dude, that is insane. Let's tell the viewers, what do we have going on here? Are these air intakes?
Yeah, so this motor, it runs these are dual UMP air intakes. So for, a lot of the desert dust, silt stuff, this stuff's super important rather than just a traditional like K&N cone or something. The last thing I want to do is suck dirt into this motor because it's not a cheap motor, so.
You do not want to do that.
Yep, so that's what helps keep the thing healthy and alive, and these things are a lot more restrictive than a traditional cone or K&N style air filter, so that's why you have two. So you're drawing, air in from both, and then it's merging and, pulling it into the motor.
I've seen inside my 81, and there's not that much room in there.
Yep.
This is a masterpiece, guys, right here. Quick question. This is mostly for me, I guess. My grill's falling apart. How was its original form? Like, did you have to restore it at all, or?
It was pretty tough. I mean, you can buy, so like these are just this grill. I mean, you can still buy these from like, I think I got this off Amazon. It's not an original grill. It's like a replica. This is the original. This is one of the only original things on the truck. This is the original Toyota badge. So I'm pretty proud of that. But yeah, all this stuff. I mean, you can buy this either eBay or Amazon. It's just it's not OEM quality. It's cheap plastic. But the idea with this truck is everything's kind of disposable because it it gets used. So
fuck yeah, dude. Man, let's move on to suspension. What are you rocking in front?
So it's got, like I said, it's got 4 Dana 44 twin traction beams. It's got a 2.5-inch coilover, and then I run the big springs off a 3.0. So it's just a big single rate spring in there. And then it's got a 2.5-inch race series single tube free bleed bypass shock.
Insane. You don't need any more.
Yeah, plenty for this little truck.
How do you like the beams?
It's amazing. I mean, you can run over whatever you want. They don't care. I mean, it still has working 4-wheel drive that works great. So if you end up in a situation where you want to go rock crawling or anything like that, it does that. It drives really good on the street with all the steering components that were built and used. And so 115 miles an hour down the freeway, it'll take your hands off the wheel and it just goes.
Dude, so I'm doing beams on my pre-runner in Mexico, and I got sold when I saw like how it works and everything, and then they told me it's like 30 hooker suspension. And I was like, I'm in. It's so sick, right? Everything about it is so awesome. How you get so much travel.
It's
for what it is.
It's cheap. It's strong. It works really good. And then all the like hubs and brake, like the wheel bearing assembly stuff is all stuff that you can easily go buy from your local auto parts store. It's all just Dana 44 stuff. So as far as doing prep and maintenance, it's still easy to get parts for it. It's not some one-off custom, thing that is a pain in the butt to deal with. So,
dude, what about these wheels, man? These things are clean.
So I'm like the biggest Trail Ready fan in the world and believer. I mean, they've always just, in my opinion, made some of the best wheels, most durable wheels. They're not inexpensive, but I mean, they're worth it. I mean, I can't tell you how many times you pull the beadlock ring on and off and you never have a problem stripping bolts out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're good wheels.
Let's go inside the cab. Show me what you got in there. My God, guys, just look at this interior. Dude, you did this yourself too?
I did that. Yeah, I actually did the headliner myself. I had a guy wrap the dash for me. That was a little above my pay grade. But
look at that, guys. Dude. It's literally, look at the perfection there. Yeah. Look how clean this is.
Yeah.
What do you got here? You got the radio.
Yeah.
GPS.
PCI radio, intercom. I run a lead nav through an iPad, and then as far as all the gauges and display stuff, I run an AIM Sport, which has been phenomenal and just integrates right into the factory ECU that's down here. So all the GM stuff.
Seats? What seats are these?
Seats. These are all Beard seats that I think are some of the best, most comfortable, and I like the fake suede stuff. So
dude, this
kind of goes with the theme.
Guys. So sick, and you got the cage in here.
Yeah, and so when I rebuilt the truck, the only thing that's left of the actual cab is the roof and the doors. So the whole floor, firewall, everything's been cut out. So this is all fabricated, everything here.
But the actual cab itself is the original one, right?
Just the sides and the roof. That's it.
Oh wow!
There's no floor. Like all this is all. I can send you pictures, but yeah, all this is all sheet metal work that I did, and the whole floor has been raised up to clear the transmission and transfer case.
Dude, you're a tall guy. How the hell do you get in here?
It's tight, but that's what I did over here on the driver's side. I was able to have a little pocket or cubby for my feet to sit down.
Yeah.
Just to help my feet fit in there a little bit better. So
the things that we do to make it happen.
Yeah, you just kind of make it work. So
dude, I've always thought like the interior of this vehicle is so small, making a pre-runner out of it must be such a challenge, and you made it happen, dude.
It was probably the most challenging thing I've ever done. So I still don't know how it all fits in here. I mean, you can see like the transfer case shifters are back here, and I mean, it was just kind of like do what you got to do to make it work. So
hell yeah, dude. Let's move on to the back. I'm really excited for this part. What do you have back here?
So in the rear, it's just a traditional 4-link setup. So all the trailing arms, it's all, you know, TIG welded chrome ollie trailing arms. It's got a Ford 9-inch in the back. It's a full floater. Same shock setup similar to the front, where I've got the 2.5 coilover with the big spring, 3.0 triple bypass. It's got a 40-gallon fuel safe.
40 gallon, huh?
Yeah.
Those are very useful out there when you're going out on the trails. You want to make sure you don't run out of gas.
It's not enough. I mean, I think it's like 4 miles of the gallon. So.
Holy cow! Oh man, I just noticed. Are these that's literally the exhaust right there.
Yeah, so it's all,
oh, that's so rad, dude.
Full stainless steel TIG welded exhaust. I did an X pipe in the back, right behind the back firewall, so that gives it kind of a cool sound. And
what lighting do you have back here?
So that is just a old school style light bar box that was popular back in the day that I actually had on the truck from the original build, and it's just kind of lived on there. So maybe someday I'll upgrade to one of those fancy new Baja designs things or something.
I low-key kind of like the fact that like it looks so good on the truck, man. Like everybody just goes super fancy, you know, nowadays, like having that original look.
It's kind of older, vintage, fits the vibe a little bit better, but yeah, so.
Hell yeah. Anything else that we might be missing out on the back? I know you mentioned the bed sides are custom made.
Yeah, same deal with the rear bed sides. It's got, you know, custom made bed sides. You know, I was able to sneak a sway bar in here underneath the fuel cell. So that, I mean, that's another challenge, just all the packaging with everything in the back. You know, still be able to fit a jack and, you know, all the little things that you need to go along with that. But yeah, somehow it all fits.
How much travel do you have in the back, and how much travel do you have in the front?
The back right now is strapped at 25 and the front strapped at 17. So, which is more than enough for this little thing. So
this thing sounds like so much fun. Holy cow! Do you send it?
I like to go. Yeah, I definitely like to have fun in it. So that's was the whole idea behind it, was just to create, you know, more of a driver's car, right? It's like a little go-kart, you know, with a lot of power and suspension travel, and, you know, still be small and nimble and be able to handle, you know, tight stuff. Like I always joke, it's almost like a street legal UTV with a lot of power, you know, kind of has that feeling to it. So, you know, it's not done a lot of trucks in the past that are, you know, big, heavy. They end up at, you know, 7,000 pounds and they're massive, and it's just a different experience. You get in this thing and it's like a little go-kart. So
hell yeah, dude. So guys, I'm absolutely stoked with this build. Harry absolutely killed it. We've been geeking out here, like just really vibing. We have great chemistry, and I want to come back to really show you guys how he shreds and how hard he sends it, and just I want to go out with him, go to the desert, and really freaking have fun. Cannot wait to show you guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button. If you haven't already done so, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we will see you on the next one.